A lot of people brine these turkeys. A lot of people, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff with these turkeys. And I'm saying, just pop it in the oven and cook the damn thing. Alright guys, X29, we're going to go ahead and cook our turkey here. It's been thawing out in the refrigerator for about 5 days. Still a little bit of ice in some sections, but the meat is tender. So I believe it's thoroughly thawed out. Let's hope so. Anyway, you want to go ahead and take out your packages. Like that. And this is your drippings or your gravy package. So you definitely want to keep that. That is something that you definitely want. Yeah, we got a little bit of ice in here. And I don't know why they actually tie all this up. I guess so it fits in the package better. Okay, cut that free. Let's get that plastic out of there so it doesn't melt. We don't want plastic in our wind up in our turkey. Alright, so this thing comes out here, this plastic thing comes out here, and it's down up underside this meat, and you gotta just kind of pull on it pretty hard because this is tucked under the meat on each side. I get this plastic thing out of here. I don't want to cook that. So that's all meant to hold all this turkey legs and hold it all together so they can package it up, you know, in a neater package, obviously. And you can kind of look up in the cavity. Now after we get everything out of here, we want to rinse this off good under cold water. We'll go ahead and turn the cold water on here. And you just want to go ahead and rinse this inside and out with cold water, not warm. Definitely don't want to be cooking it with hot water, trying to rinse it off good. Get in between its legs there. Just want to rinse it off, especially the inside. We want to make sure that inside is nice and clean. And here we go. We got a package of the liver or whatever the hell that is. I don't use that. I discard that. A lot of people probably use that, but I don't. I most certainly don't. Okay, for your oven, guys, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit for your turkey. And this is the easiest way to cook the turkey. A lot of people brine the turkey. I tell you, I've had everything from deep fried turkey. I've deep fried turkeys before. I've cooked an Irby. One of these turkeys I went out and bought $129 charbroil convection type turkey cooker that you hook up to a propane tank outside. It does cook it quicker, but that tends to burn the outside a little bit more. It does work good on the breast, but the rest of it tends to get burned really easy in that charbroil deal. It works pretty nice if you just like the breast, but you know, a lot of people brine these turkeys. A lot of people, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff with these turkeys, and I'm saying just pop it in the oven and cook the damn thing, because turkey is not the best part of your Thanksgiving meal anyway. You know what makes turkey really taste good is the gravy, the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the other cranberries, whatever it is that you like to eat with your turkey. You eat a bite of turkey with a bite of, you know, stuffing, or a bite of turkey with a bite of cranberries, or whatever. That's where you get a lot of the flavor. So people, I think, focus too much on how to properly prepare a turkey, and they spend, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours of unnecessary time trying to cook a turkey perfect. I've done it too, and I can tell you that turkey is just as good. Just throw it in the oven. It's not going to make a lot of difference in the end, especially when you start mixing it with all the other goodies on your plate. So what we're going to do here is we just got our turkey thawed. We've rinsed it off. We've dried it off with some paper towels. And we're just going to go ahead and slap on a little bit of olive oil here on the top. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and take our hands here and rub it all over. Get it all over the outside skin. Yeah. I don't even bother getting up under the skin anymore or anything like that. All I do is this. Rinse my hands off good. Wash them off with soap and water. But I'm fixing to touch it again. So Gonna rinse that oil off my hands. And then all I do is I just put a little pepper on there to give it a little seasoning on the outside. A little salt and pepper. Okay, that's it. Now you could put a little lemon, you know, pepper on the outside if you wanted to, whatever you like. Okay, a little salt there as well. And this turkey is going to taste just fine, just like this. Now what I like to do is cook this thing. Now this is about a 19-pound turkey. I'm going to go ahead and post some cooking times down below. And this is an unstuffed turkey. We're not putting stuffing in our turkey. A lot of people do that. If you add stuffing inside of your turkey, you want to add about an hour to this cooking time. Still 325 degrees in your oven. Okay, so for a turkey 18 to 22 pounds, the recommended cooking time is 3.5 to 4 hours. Okay, so if you have stuffing inside of it, you're going to want to go ahead and cook the same size turkey about 4.5 to 5 hours. So about an hour extra for stuffing inside of it. Just like this, about 3.5 to 4 hours. So in about 2.5 hours, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cover the breast with foil, and I'm going to go ahead and cover these legs as well with a piece of foil, and just to try to keep the outside of the turkey breast and the legs from burning. But we want to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly all the way inside. The other thing the foil is going to do, if I put it over, it's going to help the meat start retaining some of the juices and stuff inside of it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Also, when you take it out, you want to let it sit for about 10 minutes before you start slicing it up. Allow those juices to actually work inside of it once it's removed from the oven. So let's go ahead and pop it in our 325 degree oven, and we'll pull it out here in about 3.5 to 4 hours. Another thing too, guys, when you're actually putting your turkey in the oven here, you want to make sure that you move the shelves down there, down as far as possible. You could even remove that shelf it's setting on, completely remove that. I was cooking dressing, so it's a little bit hot now, so I just moved it down to the next lowest possible spot. You don't want your turkey sitting right up on the oven burners at the top, but that should be okay. That's pretty much close to the middle of the oven anyway. And we're going to go ahead and pop that in and let it go. Now again, in about 2.5 hours, I'm going to go cover those breasts with a piece of foil and the legs with a piece of foil. And here is our dressing. Looks good. Only been about 2.5 hours, but you can see that the turkey is starting to look pretty good. It looks like our thing is popped up here, but I know it's not done. So I want to go ahead and cover the breast up with a piece of foil. And the main reason I'm doing this is not only to help it retain some moisture inside the breast, but mainly to keep it from drying out and overcooking there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to go ahead and I like these sheets of aluminum foil rather than the big rolls. They make it nice, you don't have to tear it. And I get these at Costco as well. I'm going to cover the other thigh here. Okay, and I think that's about all we need there to help it start retaining some juices and keep it from overcooking. So we're going to pop that back in the oven. Probably go about another hour anyway on that. Okay, everybody, it's cooked for about 3.5 hours now. Again, this is about an 18.5 pound turkey. And it looks like maybe 3.5 hours was good for this thing. We're going to go ahead and recheck it out in about the same spot here. Again, we're looking for 165 right here in the breast. And there it goes. So we're above done in the breast. Let's go ahead and check it out down here in the thigh and make sure we're at least 180 in the thigh. Oh yeah, I think we're going to make it easy. Alright guys, that looks like it's pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and call that done. By the time it actually sits in its own heat, it's probably going to be done. We're well over 165 in the breast. That's mainly what we're going to be eating anyway. But sometimes the legs may cook slower than the breast. So, you know, if you really want to, you can actually take these legs off and put them back in the oven for another half hour or so, whatever you want to do. So we're going to go ahead and transport this thing here to a cookie sheet here, and I'm going to go ahead and cover it back up with foil and let it set in its own heat and kind of let those juices actually work inside the meat before we carve into it. Alright guys, we got this on this cookie sheet, and the reason we wanted to do that is we want a nice place where this thing can actually rest and sit and try to retain some of these juices in here. It will make a juicier turkey if you wrap this thing up. The tighter the better. You don't have to wrap it that tight, but at least get some foil kind of over it anyway, so it's not just sitting in the open room. And the reason we actually wanted that is because we want these natural juices here to make our gravy. So this is what we're going to use. Alright guys, let's go ahead and cut into this turkey and just see how it turned out. Cook it in the oven over cooking it any other way. We're just going to take one slice here out of the breast and take a look and see how moist it is and how done it is. And as you can see, I'm not getting a perfect slice in there, but you can see that turkey is very, very moist. Look at the juices come out of it there. As I put my knife through it, you can see the juices come out. So, turkey turned out good. And that was just a simple cooking in the oven. Mmm, that looks good.